When I was a toddler, I almost died, and it taught me how to love myself. If you want to learn how I survived, or if you struggle with loving yourself, or if you've ever been a toddler, you're gonna want to hear this story. But just in case that's not enough, I'm also baking peppermint bark brownies. So festive! When I was about 2 or 3 years old, I ate a glass Christmas ornament. I bit into it and chewed it like an apple. My parents rushed me to the doctor. Now, I grew up in a small rural town, so I'm guessing the appointment went something like this. Well, I reckon it'll pass. Now, I'm not a medical doctor, so I can't say whether that doctor made the right call. But I am a psychologist, and what stuck with me about that day was the psychology behind how my parents responded. They didn't yell at me or shame me or make me feel like I'd done something wrong. They focused on care, not blame. That's the heart of self-love. Self-love is treating yourself the way you'd treat a child with a belly full of glass, with steadiness and care, and without cruelty. This is about good self-parenting. If you know about my story, you know I've wrestled with self-hatred most of my life. I know how hard this is, but I also know it's worth the work to learn the skill of self-love, and it does work. So here are 3 simple ways to practice self-love using that same self-parenting mindset. And if this video resonates, drop a comment and share with someone who needs to hear it too. First tip, be curious, not cruel. When you mess up, a kind parent doesn't say, "You're messed up." Instead, they'd be curious about what happened and help you figure out what you need. For example, replace "what's wrong with me" with "what's going on here? What do I need right now?" When I feel exhausted, instead of criticizing myself or feeling weak or like a failure, I try to understand what my body is telling me so that I can take better care of myself. Second, choose care over comfort. Good parents don't just focus on making their kids happy. They care about happiness and health in balance. So self-love sometimes means doing things you don't feel like doing. Eating real food, going to bed on time, getting outside, logging off. You deserve that kind of love from yourself. Third, put your energy where it helps. Once that ornament was swallowed, there was nothing my parents could undo. So they focused on what they could control. Self-love works the same way. When the world feels unstable, when you're waiting on things you can't control, redirect your energy to what actually helps. That might mean limiting bad news, setting boundaries with negative people, or just focusing on the next step instead of the whole staircase of your life. That's self-love. So, as you might have guessed, I survived eating that Christmas bulb. I was completely fine. The doctor was right. And because I've learned both how to bake and love myself a bit more, I'm here today to enjoy this brownie. If you like this video or the brownie, please drop a comment and let me know. Until next time, stay hungry, my friends.